Hello and welcome. Thanks for opening up this energy update. And this is a really important time. I've been sharing a lot this week during our encore emails about the 27th of July and the lunar eclipse that is going to be in the sign of Aquarius at 4 degrees. And I want to give you a little update about what's going on and how some of the sessions that we specifically played this week can help you in a big way. First of all, this is going to be the longest lunar eclipse this century. It's going to last 103 minutes depending on where you live. And one of the things that's going to happen is the moon is actually going to be aligned with the sun and the earth. All three of these giant celestial bodies are going to be aligned, and it's going to have some very specific things that it will do to us and allow us to do. Now, the other thing is that because of the way that the moon is going to be positioned with the earth, it's going to be shadowed a little bit. It is an eclipse, so it will be a blood moon, but it's also going to be a full moon. So all of the emotional energy release that can come with the full moons and some of that energy coming forward is all going to be in effect, but now magnified. Now, if you remember some of the things we've talked about, every time there's one of these astrological events, we know that the moons are about emotions. They're about letting go of energy. They're about sort of letting the truth come out and then allowing that to be processed. Now, normally a new moon or a full moon can be very powerful for that, but this is going to be one of the biggest eclipses of this century. In fact, it's the biggest one so far, and it's all about a reset, a big emotional reset. So think about your life actually emotionally being decluttered. Think about moving into a clean state. Think about letting go of old things that no longer serve you, that you no longer want to have in your energy field. A new phase coming forward. Now, again, this is coming up next week, and we're preparing for it now, because think about this way. You know, imagine as we are having this gateway start to open up and these energies start to come into the planet and affect us all, what is going to happen? Well, it's almost like a giant magnet sort of pulling forward some of the stuff that's in our field. So you may find a few bouts of heaviness, a few bouts of old energies coming up, a few bouts of things going, wait, why am I dealing with that again? Why do I feel this? Is this mine? That's a big suggestion. In fact, one of my number one things is ask the question, is this energy I'm feeling right now my frequency? And, you know, if you feel something you need to work with, be present with it. The other thing we're doing is we also have this whole eclipse is going to be conjunct Mars. Now, Mars is in retrograde, so what does that mean? Well, retrograde energy is all about going inward, going in deeper, and allowing that intercommunication to be more effective. That's why in retrogrades we have outward communication go awry, because we're being called to go inward. So all of it is going to be a big, massive inward purging. It's a perfect time this week, this weekend, to take some big steps to move that forward and make sure you're totally prepared for the biggest eclipse event this century so far. And to do that, we brought forward, I specifically chose certain sessions, as we're in our encores, that would help you get a maximum release and also help you adjust to all of this energy that's coming in. And so we wanted to share a few of them. They're down below. I'm going to talk about each one and maybe some ways you can use the processes, the activations that we shared this week to actually magnify this. Well, Judy Satori, as you know, has been legendary with her newest set of activations from the Bosnian pyramids. They were absolutely profound, and you can plug into that down below. And Judy has some amazing live classes and other additional things, so plug into that. Now, the other class that we opened up that has been incredibly popular, and these units are going fast, is the class and the energy of Carol Kepler and her alt waters. Now, I want to share, I'm going to actually do this. I've been working on this myself, and I actually got the entire alt waters system. There's more to it, but this is basically how it comes, and I'm actually on week 2, so I'm going to grab the week 2 vial. Now, you may say, what in the world is this stuff? Well, I want you to imagine this. Our cells are trying to regenerate. Our cells are trying to actually purge things that are not part of, you know, our natural aligned energy. And we're also holding in our cells emotions. We may be holding toxins. We may be holding frequencies from sort of the unnatural world. We talk about sort of the electromagnetic poisoning from the EMFs and all of those things. This actually is helping our according to Carol, 75 trillion cells actually through the energy infused in these formulations to bring back into harmony. So it's almost like an energetic clearing at the cellular level of frequency, emotion, and other things, and then an infusion of the good stuff in there too that keeps us balanced. So you say, well, how do I use this? Well, all I do, and you want to read the instructions, is I'm going to take this and I'm going to add this to my water. So check it out. It's pretty easy. So here we've got some water, and Carol recommends a quart. So I do 8 drops. You will want to check with her and do it exactly as she says in the instructions. This has worked for me. And then this is all I do. I drink the water, and it's awesome. And what's been happening the first week, I felt a little bit like, okay, I'm feeling like one day I was a little tired more and I laid down a bit. Another day I felt like a little bit like I was purging weight, and I actually dropped like 3 pounds really fast. And I was like, wow, I feel like everything's just shrinking around me. And then that was about it for me. And then the next week I kept taking, you know, I'm on week 2. You go through up to week 8 and even beyond. And each week I keep feeling better and better. So last night I was up really late helping a friend. I didn't get to bed till like 1 o'clock, and I got up at 7 full of energy. So it's really amazing to see how these formulations can actually purge, cleanse, and emotionally clear from the inside out, and a perfect way to actually magnify some of these events from the eclipse through this alt water system. So if you want to learn more about it, it is really interesting. Think of it as energy clearing in a bottle, and all you have to do is drink the water. It's truly astounding. She's got an amazing story as well of actually being in a state of terminally ill and finding the solution, and then that leading her to alt waters, and she is 85 years old and a dynamo. Now, we also opened up Jill Madsen's incredible sessions and her beautiful Egyptian Sephiroth frequencies. So if you want to hear that, that is another big emotional purging and emotional cleansing that you can do through these frequencies. These include, and on the replay down below, the incredible specific frequencies that she uncovered from the ancient Egyptians. And if you familiar with, you know, the ancient Egyptian lore or some of the truth about what we're discovering about ancient Egypt, they may have even had off-world technology going all the way back to other beings, other races, star people, and galactic federations. There is a lot there. Jill has uncovered frequencies that actually turn that on, and you ingest these frequencies by listening. Very interesting. Now, Courtney Levins also is another one. She's down below. Courtney, as you know, has been one of my biggest helpers in my life. She helped me down the path to actually be in Austin, here where I live, and doing New Author Revolution. And if we're talking about emotional cleansing and using this gateway, guess what? Courtney is a huge gift to help you do that if there's a big decision coming up. And if you want to declutter, get to a clean slate, and move forward, this is another way. So listen to the session. She does an angel activation for prosperity. You'll want to hear that one. And all our sessions have activations because it's an experience. Peter Schenk is another beautiful soul that has brought to us the harmonic field amplifiers and also the Terra Resonator. And I still have mine that I use. It's right here on my desk. And if you want to learn more about this, this basically is a very high vibration tool to keep the energy high. And I do all of this in my office, and people say, oh my gosh, your office is like a supercharged state. And it is. I amp up the energy. I mean, there's very little negative frequency that can come in here because we use these tools. Now, we also had Judy Callie, who is going to bring you some incredible truth from the Hollow Earth, and she does an inner child healing and reconciliation process. Listen to that one this weekend. Big one, because this is one of the things, getting into those deep energies and frequencies and letting it go. And we also had an incredible guest, Brad Johnson, that we're also bringing back. And Brad is an incredible channel, and you're going to get to hear his session. And he brings forward some incredible truths, and we do some incredible processes. He's been amazingly popular and truly has been amazing with his one-on-one sessions. So if you want some deeper help and you want something fast and you want to get in quick, maybe before the 27th, and work through that so you can move into that gateway in a state of freedom, light, and love, check out Brad Johnson or Courtney Levins or any of these folks offering one-on-one sessions. But the ones with the fastest access are going to be probably Brad, Courtney, and a few others. Carol also is including this weekend one-on-one help with her Altwater system to get you started. So it's been an incredible week of encores. I thank you for opening our emails and staying with us. These offers are going to be closing here at the beginning of August. And so if you've been wanting any of these or just want to feel into what may be right for you or just bathe in the energies again, that's why we do the encores. It lets you go in and enjoy your favorites. So thank you for being in my life. Thank you for sharing You All's Revolution. And I look forward to giving you another big energy update about this big July 27th moon and lunar eclipse that is happening. Much love. We'll see you in the next UL session. Bye, everyone.